Bakugou is one of the most developed characters in MHA, possibly number one. And I want to talk about his apology. This is how I would have done Bakugou's apology in my version. Everything plays out the same way. Before Bakugou can apologize, Deku passes out. Once they get back to UA, Bakugou and Deku are training on the roof, or sparring, or whatever. Bakugou then walks up to Deku. It's just them on the roof. It's just them on the roof, just those two. Bakugou walks up to Deku, says, hey, I want to talk to you about something. The apology plays out just the same way, except it's harder to get out because Bakugou doesn't know how to process this. It's the very first time he doesn't know how to, he doesn't fight with his fists. He has to use his words. And eventually he does get it out. He does become emotional. He thinks like, yo, I bullied the hell out of you. I put you down. You don't have to forgive me if you don't want to. Deku then is kind of shocked. At first, Deku would look at Bakugou and say, let's just say Deku would work, he wouldn't just outright just forgive him, but he would like work up to forgiving Kacchan in this instance. Like he would have a few choice words to say. Kacchan, of course I forgive you. I'll forgive you. Yes, you were a jerk then, but Bakugou has proved himself to be, he's at this point in his development when it's at his peak. Bakugou, once he hears that, Bakugou says, why? Why do you forgive me? Why do you forgive me, Deku? Deku says, because when we were little, we looked up to All Might, and you idolized him just as I did. Even though I didn't have a quirk and you did, and you bullied me the hell out of me, I realized that you were so happy with your quirk. You realized that you actually were going to be a hero. And, you know, I still believe you can, regardless of what anybody says. I don't care who talks bad about you. You're still my friend, Kacchan, and you'll always be a hero. And I'll always believe in you. And hearing that would make Bakugou like have tears rolling down his face, because that's probably the first time someone actually said, I believe in you, Kacchan. Yo, so that scene in the hospital where Deku and Bakugou are, when Deku says, I don't have one for all anymore, and Bakugou kind of bursts into tears, it would make the moment that my version would make that moment so much more impactful. No disrespect to Horikoshi. Horikoshi did a great job. They eventually like bury the hatchet. Not bury the hatchet, but maybe they end it in a fist bump or a handshake, and you know they look towards you know the future. And I would have All Might in the background, hidden, just looking on proudly at Deku and Bakugou, knowing that his legacy is in the right hands. He made the right choice. So yeah, that's just my version. Let me know what you feel about it. Like, how would y'all have done the apology? Would y'all have done anything differently, or would y'all not have changed anything? Let me know.